Bowen and go back to Jones, who's a good three-point shooter. Jones gets it to Chalmers. Back up top to Wade. Down to 5 seconds. Wade puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Garnett. Throws it ahead to Dooling. And the Boston Celtics win Game 5 and take a 3-2 lead. A huge win on the road as Miami now one loss away from elimination. A stunning result here at the American Airlines Arena. And the crowd has gone silent. Certainly disappointment for James, who had 30 points. And Boston comes in, and now they're one win away from going back to the NBA Finals. What a performance from this veteran Celtic team. Kevin Garnett, magnificent, 26 points, 11 rebounds, clutch free throws. He's with Doris.
Kevin, at the half, Doc Rivers said he was proud of you because you played through tough circumstances. How does this team navigate so easily the ups and downs and pressure of these games?
Nothing's easy. You know, we do it together. We don't do it individually, and when we do, we look bad. But when we do it together, we look pretty darn good.
What fuels you after 17 years in this league? What fuels you, Kevin?
The competition, the naysayers, the owners who talk too much. You know, the people who don't think a 36, 35-year-old can do what I do. I take a lot of pride in my craft. I work really hard on my craft every day, and I'm a true professional.
It had been such a struggle for Paul Pierce, but he made that three. As he released it from his hand, you're thinking, what of your teammate?
I'm looking at him saying, oh, God, the truth. When he shoots certain shots, I know it's going in, and when he got a certain confidence going, it's the truth. That's why when Shaq gave him that nickname, it was right on.
A chance to close it on Thursday. Your thoughts?
Exactly that. Boo-boo, go to bed.
Mike, back to you.
Well, there might be some players who play as hard as Kevin Garnett, but nobody plays harder, as he was magnificent once again. And that sets up Game 6 from Boston on ESPN. Tip-off at the TD Garden shortly after 8:30. Our coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern. Kia NBA.
So we'll just have to see how the next 48 hours go.
Scared of what I'm going to say.
All right, back here with Stephen A. Smith, and I want to get your comments on what Erik Spoelstra had to say about Chris Bosh in just a second. But much of the conversation tomorrow will be LeBron James choke, Dwayne Wade choke. But what about the notion that the Celtics, 1 through 12, 1 through 13, are just a better team?
Well, first of all, the people that choked were us for thinking that the Boston Celtics didn't have a chance in Game 5, because I'm here to tell you, I didn't think they would. I thought they would lose this game. Yeah. Props to them. Coming into this series, I thought this series would be over in 5 games. Clearly, I was wrong about that because the Boston Celtics clearly are healthier. We knew that if they were healthy, they could easily be the favorites, considering the way they spanked the Miami Heat during the regular season. Avery Bradley hadn't gone down. Ankle injury to Ray Allen. Knee being hobbled a little bit. Paul Pierce. If those elements weren't in play, then obviously we would look at the Boston Celtics differently, but all of us were fooled because we didn't expect this. They deserve credit. They deserve props. They're showing the heart of a champion. Let's get that out the way. Now we get to Miami. We look at the Miami Heat, and this is a team that everybody's looking at. LeBron James did not choke. Dwayne Wade did not choke, but at the same time, this is a results-oriented business, and they didn't get it done. You walk into any locker room in the NBA, and they would tell you one complaint about the Miami Heat, and I'm quoting here. They say they're Hollywood as hell. That's what they say. Joakim Noah is the one that has said that on the record, but there have been many others. Then we see this game. LeBron James, 9 points in the fourth quarter. Dwayne Wade, 14 points in the fourth quarter. Nobody else shows up. Nobody else even acts like they're relevant. On top of all of that, defensive rotations, they're not there. Sometimes they didn't even bother to get back on defense. Offensively, they seem like there were no sets whatsoever. So you got LeBron James, you got D. Wade, you've got Erik Spoelstra, who is now on a hot seat, because if they don't get out of the Eastern Conference Finals, don't tell me everybody's going to be looking at him. This is bad. This is very, very bad, because it's one thing to go out. It's another thing entirely to go out the way they look like they're going to go out. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not picking them to win Thursday night. I'm not doing it.
Should he have played Chris Bosh more?
Absolutely. 14 minutes. Last time I checked, he's getting paid 9 figures, and he wants to play. He comes into the game. He gives you 12 minutes or so in the first half. He registers 9 points. He's got 7 rebounds. You pay play him a grand total of 14 minutes. This is a 6'10 dude. You've got Kevin Garnett running roughshod over everybody. 26 points, 11 rebounds, better than 50% shooting from the field. And you don't put in the one guy that could at least distract him. Kevin Garnett was back there basically playing zone half the time. Not literally, almost literally, because Doc Rivers had them playing zone. But even when he did it, Kevin Garnett was able to lay back in the cut. Why? Because he had nobody on the perimeter to be concerned about. You've got to know these things if you're Erik Spoelstra. Pat Riley would know it. Phil Jackson would know it. Larry Brown would know it. Erik Spoelstra is supposed to know better. He's been trained by one of the best. So when you look at it from that perspective and you understand that the big three is here, this is on the line. This is your season because you don't want to go back to Boston for a Game 6. The fact that he doesn't have Chris Bosh in this game for all but 14 minutes, to me, is as egregious as it gets. This is very bad. Very bad.
Well, the Celtics have a chance to close out the Miami Heat Thursday right here on ESPN.